So one question I often get asked is, how do you validate your supply zones and how do you validate your demand zones? Well, the truth is, this is a candlestick chart and you will never be able to do it with a candlestick chart. So how do you get around that? So this is the ATAS platform for those who are asking. Now, if we just kind of zoom in, we can understand the auction between buyers and sellers. We can understand what these numbers actually represent, right? We can understand things in terms of volume, in terms of delta. So what do we mean by the delta? So the delta is essentially you've got red and blue. So just ignore kind of the right hand side. We're only going to look at the left hand side with the numbers, the two numbers, right? The number multiplied by a number. So red delta represents more aggressive sellers. A blue delta represents more aggressive buyers. So to give you some context, we've come into this demand area over here. And what we're seeing primarily red delta, right? And you can even see with the numbers, right? You see 182 by 54. So that's telling you there's 182 aggressive sellers. There's 182 market participants who went in and attacked the bid, right? There's only 54 that attacked the ask. So this tells us that we have an overwhelming majority for aggressive selling at that particular price. This is ES at around 56.40. Now we have kind of the red delta continuing. Notice how we have 106 by 69, and then eventually we break out the zone, right? So, but what do we understand here for a 5-minute chart? What we've seen to give this kind of demand zone validation that it is a strong demand zone, right? Pre-session is the fact that we have a lot of red delta which isn't being rewarded. So what that means is that there's a lot of aggressive sellers at this zone which aren't being rewarded, sorry. And that tells us that the demand zone is strong because there's a lot of passive buyers sitting here absorbing these aggressive participants, these aggressive selling participants, right? Then eventually we see the blue delta kick in, which gives you areas of confirmation to look for potential buys later on in the day, right? So to sum that up, this is never going to be enough. You need this to give you the indication, right? And there's nothing you can do about that other than download ATAS and learn order flow